What's up, everybody? So here's a small video about the annual service as promised on the previous one. So I completed 1 year with this bike, and I've clocked about 6,400 kilometers. And due to the lockdown, I think that was pretty decent. And I don't use this bike for daily commutes, it's only for leisure rides. So I completed 6,500 kilometers, and it's the annual service. So just going through quickly on the booklet, I was just going through the checks what needs to be done. So you guys should be aware of the parts which needs to be replaced, inspected, etc. So there's one big misconception when it comes to tappet adjustments, or known as valve clearance on your manual. It says it is mandatory to be done every year. And so at the 1,000 kilometers or the 600 kilometers for the first service itself, they will do it. It is mandatory, so make sure it's done. There are a lot of service centers who do not want to do it because it's a time consuming process. You need to leave your bike, that is the first thing, because the bike needs to be in very cold engine temperatures to do the adjustment. So you need to leave the bike, and they will open up the top of the engine casing and then get it done. Normally they do charge an engine gasket charge for it, and it's borne by the consumer. I'm not too sure why, but yeah. So I just contacted the Royal Enfield Service Center. Normally I leave it at, if you're in Bangalore, you should know, near the Lal Bagh one, the HSR Service Center. But my technician who services my bike is not available for a few months. So I'm going to the service center, HSR again, near my house. I know some people there, so I just talked to them over the phone, and they were like, "No worries, sir. You can come and drop off the bike. We'll take care of it." So yeah, the way you will know, I'm not an expert, but I'm just trying to tell you in layman's term. The way you will know that you need a tappet adjustment is when you start the bike on cold. Like, you park it overnight, the engine is cold, and you start the bike. If you hear the tick 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 noise very loud, that means your tappet needs adjustment. But if you ride the bike and the bike heats up and then you hear the noise, that doesn't mean your tappet needs adjustment. If it's making the noise after you ride for a while, that means it's a happy tappet. So do not go and make changes to it and complain to Royal Enfield that my tappet is making noise, and they will mess it up for you if you do that. So just make sure you know the person you're leaving it with, the technician. Talk to the manager so that they're aware of it, because multiple times a lot of my friends have left it for service and they did the tappet adjustment, but it was not correct, because when they start the bike on a cold engine, it makes a lot of tappet noise, and then they had to complain, and the manager got involved, and I think I have to take a U-turn. The manager got involved, and then they got it done correctly. So just know the technician who you're leaving it knows what he's doing. Just tell him when you leave it that it needs to be done correctly, because you had issues in the past, etc. So they'll make sure that they're on top of the line for this when they do it. Is it a free left? I saw a red light, but I think it's a free left. So yeah, so just tell them that you need the tappet adjustment, know your technician, and then leave it. And it's not like they can do it immediately, so you need to leave the bike and pick it up in the evening or a day after. So in this case, I'm leaving it early in the morning around 9, so by 6 they should be so they will drop the engine oil down once you leave it, so that will help to cool down the engine faster. By evening, the engine should be cold enough to do the tappet adjustment. So that's about it. So I'm gonna leave the bike, and I'm gonna tell them. And I also have an issue with the sump card which they've installed. It's fine, but there is a bit of a noise creeping in, and I did some research and asked my friends, and they said that, just tell them that there needs to be a bush or something added, and they'll do it. So that is that. And then your normal engine oil, air filter. Air filter, you're supposed to replace it every year, depending on how bad it is. So I'll just ask them to check it once. If it's really bad, I'll get it replaced as well, or just clean it and install it, since it's just only 6,000 kilometers. So I'm gonna pause the video and then start once I'm about to reach the service center. I'll talk to you guys then. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ?
ಬೇರೆ ಸರ್ವಿಸು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ?
ಸರ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ 1 ಇಯರ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಶ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟು ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಸರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಶ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್. ಸಬ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಒಂಥರ
ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ
ಅಲ್ಲ ಐಡ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಒಂಥರ ರಂಬ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಸೌಂಡ್.
ವೈಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಒಂಥರ
ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಲ್ಲ.
ಅದು ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೆಂಗಿರೋ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ,
ಹಾಂ
ರೀಫಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಓಕೆ. See you. So I just picked up the bike. Service is done, and the bike feels good after the service. Of course, it's a new oil, smooth clutch. The clutch feels better. I think they've done some adjustments, chain slack adjustments, etc. The total cost of the service was 2,770 rupees. So the things were charged were, of course, engine oil, the oil filter, and some consumables. That's it. So pretty reasonable. And I got the tappet adjustment done as well, but they won't charge you for the engine gasket the head cover or whatever, which they charged last time. They said it's not required, only the first time you need a new one. This time it fits without any issues, so they used the same. So yeah, all in all, as of now, it's good. If anything crops up in the next few days, then that's that. The service experience, very good when it comes to what are these guys doing, man? When it comes to explaining things in detail, like I asked them like how's the air filter, should I change it? Normally at the service center they'll just go and say it, they'll blandly change it, but this guy said, and showed me pictures that it's good. He cleaned it, and it's in a really good condition, so it's not required. So yeah, I didn't change it. Wow. That's the addiction. So yeah, overall I would rate it 7.5 out of 10, and the only reason why I would take I would not give it a 9 is because of the whole billing process. Oh man, that took a long time. It took almost an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and I clearly told them, and they told me that they have issues with their system. I don't know. So Royal Enfield launched an app recently. They could have put the billing system in the app itself, so they don't have to do all this. But whatever it is, it is. So that's about it. Just a quick video about this, and if you guys have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible, and have a good one.